Hi everyone, it's Mike Moo here. You guys use GoPros, right? Now X-Star sent this out to me for review, and I thought I'd share my experiences with you about it. Now, just real briefly, what this is a battery that charges batteries. You see inside, there's some batteries. Okay, we got the GoPro battery in there, and it has a built-in battery pack that charges the GoPro batteries as on the go. Pretty awesome. So if you have multiple generations of GoPros and you have battery issues with GoPros, and who doesn't, I think I have the solution for you. Presenting the X-Tar GP2. This unit here is actually a pre-production sample of an upcoming charger that not only charges your GoPro batteries on the go, it has a built-in battery pack to do so without being connected to the wall. So it will provide an extra boost of 12 hours of charge to your GoPro batteries, and it'll even charge third-party batteries too. What I have in here are 2 slots available that can charge GoPro 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All the GoPros in there can be charged with this charger. Now, the key part with this that makes it very unique is that it has a built-in battery pack that is actually user replaceable according to the pre-production manual. Now, specifications are subject to change, of course, but there's a battery in here that you can go ahead and take out and swap that then will give you the master power to go ahead and charge these mobily. So I have these 2 battery packs in here right now, and if you can kind of see on the screen here, there's actually these lights. These are little indicators to let you know exactly what charge level we're working with and actually what charge level they're at. So they're actually charging right now in here from the built-in battery pack. The battery pack itself is actually built into this whole unit, so it's one nice big cohesive square, which makes it, really easy to go ahead and carry around. Now to give you an idea how big this is, I'm gonna go ahead and hold a GoPro Hero 8. It's GoPro Hero 8 right next to it. You can see that, okay? And this is the new GoPro Hero 10. As you can see the size over here, and it's basically the size, if I want to put it stack by stack, side by side, it's basically about the thickness of 2 GoPro Hero 10s and a little bit lengthier than the GoPro Hero 10. All right, but I'll give you the stats right over here. I have a little measuring tape here so you can go and see that this is actually 3 1/4 inches, 3 1/4 inches here, 3 1/4 here, about 2 inches over here. And finally, the height is 2 1/4 inches, 2 1/4 inches. So it feels pretty weighty and hefty because it's got basically 3 battery packs here if you're fully charging it up in here. You got the internal one and you got the two GoPro batteries that you might be charging at the same time. Now I have GoPro Hero 10 batteries here from a third party. They work just fine. Also, you'll see in this slot here is actually 2 spaces to put in micro SD cards. Now that's going to be pretty useful because I don't know about you, sometimes I forget to bring some, so it's good to have a backup in there. And actually, I looked at this and I thought, wow, is this going to fall out? And I actually tried to shake it out. I couldn't shake it out, but just to be safe, probably a good idea. I mean, even though this is a magnetic closure and just kind of closes with a magnet, I think if you flip this hard enough, or if you have a massive fall for whatever reason, I mean, you're basically an adventurous if you're using GoPro, at least that's the idea, if you're doing skydiving or something. Good idea to put some rubber band around here. Now, I haven't actually used this out in the field right now since this is a pre-production unit, but when I do, I'm pretty pumped that this will keep basically my GoPros charged up. A very important note, these 2 batteries do not charge at the same time. It'll charge the first one that you stick in there first all the way until full, and then it'll charge the second one you stick in there. And that's pretty common, okay? Most chargers don't actually charge them all at the same time. This would actually charge them in sequence, and that's just pretty common, especially if in the future there's going to be other battery packs that are about this small. They're all probably going to do the same thing too. Now this has a USB-C input port right over here, and they actually in the package give you their own USB wall charger, their own brand, and that is apparently included in the kit. One other thing is they will give you an adapter. Now, what I have here is a 3D printed sample of the adapter that's going to be used when you want to charge a GoPro Hero 5 battery, because the GoPro Hero 5 batteries are a little bit smaller than the GoPro Heroes of the newer style. So all you got to do is stick the battery in the adapter and then slide this right on in, and it will work out just fine. So I mean, even if you forgot the adapter, you could theoretically stick your battery in there and it'll fit and slot in just fine as well. This is with the adapter stuck in there, okay? But theoretically, if you just put it in here and you just line up the electrical contacts, it'll charge just fine. So you don't actually have to use the adapter, but it's nice that they include one with some of these packages, and that's pretty important to note. Let's see, a few other things to note. There are 4 battery indicators on each side, or basically actually in the front, so it lets you know what the charge level is of the battery pack that you have in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick my GoPro Hero 5 battery in here, and I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. We'll see what level of charge we're at here. Okay, so each of these little lights right here, as you can see, it's going to be a little bit hard to see here, but each of these represents 25% charge level. So this is pretty practically at full. Okay, it's at least exceeding 75%. Red means it's charging. Once it hits up the green, it's going to go ahead and be fully charged, and that's when you know it's ready to go. So there's lights on both sides, so you can see which slot number 1 or slot number 2 is charging and what the status is at any point in time. Now, after it charges all your batteries, if you have this thing plugged into the wall, it will then proceed to charge itself up so that you're ready to go. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. All right, Type-C input, the maximum charge rating coming in here will be at 15 watts, just so you know. And the constant current is actually 1.5 amps to each, 1.5 amps times 2, okay, for the constant current. Okay, all right, 1.5 amps. And the voltage charges will charge it up to 4.3 volts. Pretty standard stuff. They just give you some parameters in there for you to go ahead and check it out and see what's going on. Now, the charging times. The charging time, it will highly be dependent on the capacity of your battery, of course. My understanding is that this will charge it at the same rate that your regular charger will do. It's not a super fast charger or anything like that. It's just a case that will, charge up your battery packs and stuff on the go. There is one other thing to note, and I guess this is kind of obvious to some, or maybe not so obvious to others. But even though this has 12 hours of capacity, after you've put it through a couple of charge cycles of batteries in there, it's going to start to charge a little bit slower as time goes on, because the battery pack itself is running a little bit low. So the voltage will come down a little bit low. Now, what are the statistics on that? I don't know. And this is a pre-production sample too. So I won't really know exactly what's going on with that until later. This will actually provide 1.5 amps of power to both of the cells. So it actually charges both batteries at the same time all the way until full. Oops, almost dropped it. All right, let's stick this back in there. You stick in 2 batteries, it's gonna charge both of them at the same time. That's unusual, but also very, very welcome. All right, so I'm just gonna get a little close up of the indicator lights here. And as you can see, this is green and this is red. That means this side is charging, this side is done. So this battery is done and this side is charging. And the charge level is at 75%. So we're not quite up at 100% yet, or up to, we're past 75%. So we're between 75% and 100%. So Well, I'd like to thank Xtar for sending this out to me first before this is even being sold. If you are interested in this particular battery pack and charging system / storage system, everything all in one, I'll have links down below for this. And I'm not sure if they're going to do a Kickstarter campaign like they did last time, or if they're just going to sell it straight up. And either way, my link down below will take you to where you need to go. Now, the estimated retail price of this is going to be $40. That's pretty good. I mean, you buy a GoPro battery, even with a discount, it's $15 a piece. That's $30 for 2 of them. And this will charge those batteries up multiple times, all right? Estimated 12 hours worth of extra usage. Okay, case in point here. See this right here? They give you not only the USB-C cord, USB wall adapter, of course, little screwdriver, tiny, teeny, tiny little screwdriver that you need to go ahead and replace the internal battery pack once it dies. So you just basically, and I don't advise you do this until after your battery pack's dead, is you unscrew underneath these little labels over here are 2 screws that you will then unscrew to remove the battery pack to then replace. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can go ahead and do that right now. Sorry, Xtar. If you wanted this back in pristine condition, that's not what I do on my channel. So here goes. Look what they have in here. Basically 2 of the 1350 cells. Please do not remove the casing. They don't want me to remove the casing. All right. Well, right here. Lithium battery packs, completely user replaceable so that you can continue to use these. So in fact, if you have a bunch of these cells lying around, you can actually put them in there yourself. Love it. Love that. Love that you guys did that. I mean, the chances of a lot of people actually doing that or using this for that purpose are probably pretty low. But for geeks like me, they give you, I mean, even if you're just going to throw it away, they give you a viable option with a screwdriver to go ahead and take out these cells to go ahead and replace them. I think these are 18350 batteries, so you are not stuck with something proprietary. You're ready to go, and they actually have the positive and negative all set in here so that you know exactly which way it goes in. Man, I love that. Love that. Thank you, Xtar. That's thumbs up. That's pretty awesome. All right, that's it for this video. Please go to like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks for watching.